and the article about Mariana.
Thanks. Man, there's a bunch of different athletes here. All these guys are Christians?
Yep.
Look, here's Alex Torpedo. That guy can do anything with a bike. What about you, Josh? Did you do any extreme sports in Africa, besides spank the rat, of course?
Well, not the kind that they have over here. But we did some rock climbing and cliff diving that got pretty extreme at times.
Sounds sweet. Maybe as part of my continued behavior modification, I could convince my parents to send me to Africa to visit you there sometime.
I could come too.
Sounds like a plan. But man, where did that hot dog guy go? All this talk's making me hungry.
I don't see him. Maybe he went home when the Yankees started losing.
You guys sit tight and enjoy the game. I'll go pick us up some food and some drinks.
No, you got these tickets. The least I can do is get the food.
Sure?
Yeah. You guys want anything to drink? I'll take a Pepsi.
Dr. Pepper?
Alright, I'll be right back.
Your friend sure get worked up sometimes. I thought he was going to put me in a full Nelson if I didn't ask you to save me right then and there. What do you think?
Well, Kyle did come on pretty strong. Then again, accepting or rejecting your creator and spending eternity in heaven or hell are no trivial subjects. I think you're right not to say a prayer you don't feel comfortable saying. But I also think that Kyle's right to strongly encourage you not to put off thinking about Jesus.
I got a used car salesman on one side of me, and take all sides politician on the other.
Well, I know we've given you a lot to think about, but if you don't think it would overwhelm you, I'd like to give you something else.
Why not? I still have some extra time on my special vacation from school.
It's a letter.
You don't know me, yet you wrote me a letter?
Kind of. It's a letter to anyone who's interested in Jesus Christ. It describes what Bible verses God used to speak to my heart when I made the decision to accept Him into my life.
Wait a minute. You're the son of Dr. Fowler, the most famous missionary in the world. I thought you'd be born a Christian.
No one's born a Christian. As Kyle said, everyone sins and falls short of the glory of God. I had to decide what to do with Jesus, just like you have to. I accepted Him when I was 13, and I've had my share of problems and failures since then, but I've never regretted my decision to make Jesus the center of my life.
Man, must be something serving Jesus in Africa. Seeing your dad help so many people? My parents read somewhere that sick and injured people are brought over 200 miles just to be operated on by your dad. Have you considered being a missionary doctor like your father?
Well, Dad's medical work is pretty cool. But even more, I like going with him or other missionaries to remote tribes or villages. At times, we get chased by angry villagers or lions. But at other times, it seems like all anyone wants to hear about is the gospel.
Lions? People still get attacked by lions in the 21st century?
Not too much. A lot more people get attacked by hippos than by lions.
Really now? Never would have guessed that.
But I did get chased by a lion once. I've never ran so fast in my life. Fortunately, my friend reached the tree before I did, and he was there to pull me up to safety. But before he did, the lion slashed my leg.
What? How'd you get home? Did the lion leave?
No, it stayed right there. We just kind of prayed and yelled out. Eventually, some friends in a Jeep came and scared it away. It was pretty scary, but kind of cool, knowing that whether we lived or died, Jesus was in control.
Please tell me this isn't another one of your spank the rat stories.
No, this one's real. In fact, you want to see my scar?
Sure.
Now keep in mind, this is after 2 surgeries by a world-famous doctor. You should have seen it before the surgeries.
Oh! Man, that is crazy. I gotta get out on that missions field.
Hey, by the way, I'll take that letter. Thanks.
Oh, so did I miss anything while I was gone?
Nothing great. Kansas City scored another 3 runs. Guess you won't be seeing Mariano this game. This is pretty pathetic. We can't even beat the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah, this game was pretty lousy. But hey, the Yankees always start slow. Girardi will turn around soon.
You're right. And besides, if the game was any more exciting, we wouldn't have had as much time to talk. Did you see that one today?
No, he didn't come down for breakfast. I hope it's all right.
I heard it went pretty late last night. Probably slept in a little bit. Shouldn't be up by now.
I'll call him. Alex?
Yeah, Mom?
Your dad and I are down here in the kitchen having some
last night, son. There was more life at Old Woken Cemetery than that Yankee lineup last night.
They were pretty bad. That's okay. So we had a good time hanging out with Josh and Kyle. It was fun.
I'm so glad you got to meet Dr. Preller's son. Do you think you guys are going to be good friends?
Well, he's only in the States for a couple more months. But I'm sure we'll get together a few more times. He's got a really interesting life.
What did you guys talk about at the game?
Actually, most of it was about Jesus and the difference Jesus has made in their lives. They gave me this Bible here to read. I've been reading the Gospels all morning. Dad, you ever read the book of John in the Bible?
I have some. In fact, I even took a class in seminary in the book of John.
Are you joking? You went to seminary to study the Bible.
Just for 1 year, and then I went to business.
What in the world? Mom, did you know Dad went to seminary? Did you go to seminary too?
No, I didn't go to seminary. But I did go to church every week since I was born, until I left for college. Christianity was all over our home. My dad was the Sunday school superintendent.
You went to church? Why didn't you take me to church? Why haven't we had a Bible?
So both Mom and I have tried Christianity. We like several things about Jesus' teachings, but we just found so much hypocrisy in it, and we wanted to spare you from all of that.
We expected when the time was right, you'd hear about Jesus. Then you could read the Bible and make up your own mind. Alex, I'm glad you got a chance to hear about Jesus from Josh and his friend. I'm also glad you got a chance to read the Bible. Do you want to talk about what you read?
Mom, I'm confused. If you're glad I heard about Jesus and got to read the Bible, then why didn't you take me to church so I could have heard this sooner?
I tried to tell you that your mom and I have been deeply hurt by Christians. I'm sure there's some nice Christians out there, but we just found mostly hypocrites. Your mom's dad was probably the worst hypocrite of all.
Is that why we never visit Grandpa and he never comes here?
Yes, son. Can you understand that we did not want you to be hurt by these hypocrites the same way we were?
Alex, it seems like the time you spent with the boys had a big impact on you. Do you want to talk about it?
Kyle tried to get me to say a prayer right throughout the game asking Jesus to save me. They said people live forever in heaven or hell, depending on what they do with Jesus. Do you believe in heaven and hell, Dad?
I don't know what I believe. I know I don't believe that I'm going to heaven just because of a little prayer I said when I was a kid. But I also don't believe I'm going to hell just because I think the church is full of hypocrites. I know the Bible says that God is love, but I find it so hard to believe that an all-loving God could send nice people like your mom and I to hell.
Alex, did you say a prayer asking Jesus to save you, like Kyle asked you?
Can I read something Jesus says in the Bible?
Of course.
I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me.
I didn't say a prayer at the baseball game, and I haven't asked you to save me since then. But I have to be honest with you. I've been reading in the Bible about Jesus all morning, and I'm really considering trusting him with my life, the same way that Josh and Kyle have.
Alex, I know this is a lot to hear and think about all at once, but I want you to know that your dad and I love you very much, and that we'll support you whatever you decide about Jesus.
Your mom's right. We do love you very much. We had decided not to introduce you to the Bible when you were young. You might have been wrong in that decision, but we might have been right. Either way, from now on, in this house, you will always be open to the Bible and share your opinions on Jesus.
Mom and Dad, I know you both love me. You showed me that my entire life. I've never doubted it. I just can't get over how much Jesus claims in the Bible. The Bible is true, and I want to know this Jesus. I want my parents to know him too. Dad, you mentioned how you think that the church is full of hypocrites. Listen to this verse, the book of Matthew.